Tuxaban says, I thought the Earth bit of Minecon was the cringiest bit. People randomly tapping and swiping. It just doesn't translate to video format. The entire time I was watching Minecon, I knew people would be sitting back and talking about how cringy this is and stuff like that. I couldn't care less. Like, you can see when a conversation hits a bit of a wall, or it's awkward, or like you got to jump from one spot to the next. I think it's really good that Minecon kind of actually works with more amateurish people, because they get people from inside the community to do it. And, you know, if they hired a bunch of slick professionals that were really good at all that stuff, it would look squeaky clean. There'd be none of that air quotes cringiness, but like it wouldn't be people from Minecraft then, would it? You know, and so they bring in a bunch of actual Minecraft fans and enthusiasts and get all the developers involved, and that's actually really great. But because of that, you know, not media trained, are they? There's going to be some of that awkwardness, and just let it go. Like, it's easy. Now, what's interesting about the whole cringy thing, which we talked about in a stream just a little while ago, is I was saying how, like, I'm not bothered by the whole cringy thing, and I actually found a thread on Reddit where people were talking about how unbelievably bothered they are by it, to the point where they would like have to leave the room if there was something cringy happening. I was thinking, man, like, what a burden. What a burden, you know, to be bothered by the natural occurrence of social awkwardness. It happens, like, you know, get over it. It's a weight on your shoulders you don't need. Second-hand embarrassment is painful, says Raven. I don't get a lot of that. I feel more empathetic than embarrassed. Like, people making mistakes and doing things that are stupid or whatever, like, we're only human. You know, most of the time people aren't thinking, what can I do that's stupid and ridiculous? It just happens because we're human. So and cringy humor to some extent is sort of my favorite. I don't like cringe at. I like it when the cringe is constructed, like in The Office, right? Like it's a script. It's funny because it pokes fun at social awkwardness. But when you're like actually laughing at someone who's in a situation like that and you can tell it's difficult for them, that I don't find fun. I know there's all like subreddits and stuff dedicated to it. That just doesn't entertain me, because like that's just someone like suffering, you know. However, speaking of people suffering, that can be funny. Like watching one of your mates fall over and stack it. I don't know why that's so funny. There's always something so funny about watching like a friend stack it. You know, I think that's why I like shows like Jackass and Dirty Sanchez so much. Just hilarious. But they're kind of like, you know, they're signing themselves up for it in those shows. I like cringy Evil Asuma, says Turing. So yeah, Evil Asuma, like some of the scripts that I wrote for the dialogue between X and Evil X, I was just deliberately going for that sort of weird, quirky vibe, and sort of taking fun out of taking the mick out of the format as well, of how ridiculous it is. Like that conversation that X and Evil X have, where I think Evil X throws Asuma a book. It's in a season 5 episode. No, season 4. It's the season 4 episode, probably 500 or 450 then, somewhere around there. And like the whole point is that obviously this like conversation is just silly roleplay and not real. So it's like a bit ridiculous and a bit, air quotes, cringy. But then some people totally didn't get it and they'd be like, oh, this is so cringy and difficult to watch. And it's like, that was the point. But like you're supposed to be in on the joke as well. You're supposed to be in on it. You know? Do you know what I'm saying? Mr. Bean! Oh no, I'm Mr. Bean! Or Mr. Bean. No, I'm Mr. Bean. Where? Where is this Bean that I'm in? Oh, it's so awkward and cringy, Mr. Bean! Jeez, I'm human, I can miss a bean if I want. Wait, well, you shouldn't be there. Yeet my feet, says X, your mic is muted. Yeet my feet, you're... No, right, okay. I was going to make a joke, but then I realised it made no sense. Oh, it was so awkward. Oh, he was going to make a joke and it wouldn't have been fun. Oh, God, it's so awkward and cringy. Oh, I'm shivering. Oh, X, you dork, says Sylvester Fletcher. Exactly. I mean, how much cringe am I going to generate as a dork, right? That's why I don't care about it. Oh, just laugh and move on.